What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a transfer update slash what are we gonna do with the backline going into next summer, because there are a lot of question marks. We know it's not good enough. We know we are making it work, whatever we're doing, and still we have the best defense in the league. But the eye test tells you that talent-wise and also profile-wise, it's not the best, and it's hampering basically the entire pitch. So Hancko is in place according to Tuttosport and actually many sources. That deal is done, but the shocking news is the price that's been reporting right now. So that's what I want to talk about, because it can have an impact on everything we're doing right now with all these players. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Hancko. Okay, so according to Tuttosport, there are two updates that are interesting. Excuse me. One is the price, because according to Tuttosport, it's 22 million, which is extremely low, which is good if the club actually thinks Hancko is the guy they want, they need. Then yeah, 22 million is a steal, because it's on the same level as Kelly, for example, and Hancko has shown that he is the better player at this moment in time, So that's I thought the shocking news. His wages are surprisingly low, let's say 2.5, around 2.5 for 4 years, which is a very fair price. It's cheaper than Gatti. It's cheaper than actually a lot of players. I'm saying Gatti, but I think he's probably one of the cheapest players in the squad then, which is also very surprising in my opinion. So those are the two things that are surprising. And a third one, which I forgot to mention, but is also interesting, is that the club is signing that deal before the Club World Cup, because the FIFA and UEFA have agreed that there is a window for the clubs participating in the Club World Cup. They can sign players, not sell. They can sign players from other clubs, and obviously they can sell the players to those clubs only. So the idea is to bring in Hancko for the Club World Cup, which is interesting because Vega is going back to Chelsea before the Club World Cup. So that's kind of the switch you have. On the player itself, I've spoken about it a lot of times. I think he's a good defender. I don't think he is what many think he is, if that makes any sense. Is he a needle mover? I'm not so sure. With needle mover, I'm talking about he's a good defender. So yes, he's going to improve that backline. But when I'm thinking about, apologies, what we are missing, ball playing and whatever, just, good with the ball, basically. He doesn't, like, he's good enough on the ball. I will say that. Like, he's not clumsy. Like, he knows his way with the ball. However, when I think about Mota, he's not the player that, slots into midfield, and all those things. So it kind of puts us back in a situation where I'm like, is Mota really signing off to these things? Because if so, then that means he is kind of moving away from what he likes to do, and especially if you sell Cambiaso. But I think everybody's convinced that Cambiaso is gone. So if you do that, then you take that completely away from the back line, because what we have is Savona, Gatti, let's include Wea, Alberto Costa, Kalulu, Bremer, Cabal, Cambiaso, Vega's gone, potentially Hancko. I don't know. Wea will probably move back, I think, I'm not so sure Savona's going to stay, obviously, and who knows who we're going to replace Cambiaso with. So it opens up the question of, again, what is the plan with the backline? Okay, Hancko, you bring him in. Oh, Kelly, I forgot about Kelly. So again, because Kelly played on the left, but he's not good on the left. I think we can all agree on that. You cannot do that. So that means you have Kelly, you have Hancko, you have Bremer, you have Gatti. You have 4 central defenders. Probably one is going to leave. And the rumors are still that they want to keep Vega at all costs, So it's extremely interesting how that backline is going to look and how the club is going to act. Because if you pull the trigger and you sign Hancko, then you already set pace to something strange. Where strange, I'm talking about, well, you're going to move out Gatti, right? Because you keep Kalulu. Kalulu can play on the right. Is that the idea? But then you signed Alberto Costa. What is he the backup to Kalulu? What is gonna happen to Wea? So that it's extremely interesting because we created something with injuries and players we signed and we have on loan and everybody likes Vega. You created something very, very strange in my opinion. That's gonna take some good planning because it's vital that we get that right. It really is. And on top of that, you need to fix up front, because Kalulu's not your player, Vlahovic is gone, and are you gonna really pay 40 million all included for Conceição? I think that's crazy in my opinion. I think that's very strange, And what is gonna happen with Mbangola? Milik is probably gone because it's insane that he's out for so long. It's actually embarrassing. So it's a lot of work to be done in the summer, which is crazy because we moved on. We signed 60 new players and we still have a lot of work to do in the summer, But that backline is going to be interesting. It's really, really interesting. And the more I think about it, the more complex it gets in my own head, if that makes any sense. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, wow, you signed Hancko, but what does that mean for the other players? Because Kelly cannot play on the left, surely not. Is Kalulu moving to the right, And Alberto Costa, is Cambiasso gone? So it's a puzzle that right now I have no idea how to make, And I'm assuming the club knows. I'm assuming Motta and Giuntoli knows what they're going to do. But I'm pretty sure that we will come on in the summer and we're like, what the heck are we doing? Really, we're moving him out. We're keeping him. That is a replacement. I'm convinced that's going to happen, So I don't know, man. Again, very interesting. Very, very interesting, especially profile-wise. What are we trying to do? Is it more important to be solid with two center backs? Are you going to push up with the left and the right back? Are you going to pull somebody, from that position? Like I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. It's very interesting. That's at least what I can say. However, 22 million, I don't believe that, by the way. I think it's going to be close to 30, at least 30. I don't see 22 happen. It makes absolutely no sense for Feyenoord. That's one. The wages is probably the good news if you move for him. And also, if he joins for the Club World Cup, even better, because that means he's having a much longer preseason if Motta stays. Otherwise, that absolutely goes out of the window. But, even if he's not playing, you're with the team a couple of weeks. You get to know each other already before preseason. You get to pick up what we're trying to do, how we play, so on. So it's an added bonus if you make that happen. But let me know in the comments what you think about the player, just the backline in general. What do we need to do? And also 22, do you actually believe that's realistic for Feyenoord, to sell for only 22? Let me know, like the video, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.